Good morning. Welcome to Coffee and Resales. My name's Ryan. I grab stuff from thrift stores, yard sales, and flea markets. Flip it, make a few bucks online. Story about a motorcycle today that finally sold. Sold some books. Do you have any finds? Story behind a find. I don't see the find. I thought I put it somewhere close. Maybe I didn't. Anyway. We have a story. And, oh, there it is. Okay. We will talk about it in a minute. More Dukes of Hazzard finds. Anyway, so that is what is going on. And it's the weekend, so not planning on hitting a bunch in this weekend because I got stuff to do. And that's okay, because you got to do that sometimes. But I am going to the thrift store this afternoon after lunch. And we'll see how that turns out. Other than that, let's jump into it. Okay. Sales. For sales. And some ongoing conversations. Here we go. Jack Kerouac, The Subterraneans, $8 paperback. Jack Kerouac is worth grabbing. I'm a little surprised this took this long to sell. I think I started it at $20 and have been gradually bringing it down over time, but Jack Kerouac is one where you buy $1 or more. If you get a stack of them, lot them up, you'll make a little money. So $8 for Jack Kerouac, The Subterraneans. Next up, this is one I thought whoever bought this got a good find. This is Judge Dredd, role-playing game book. This is from the Kickstarter, Judge Dredd in the Worlds of 2000 AD. I think this is a Kickstarter book. This is a little rare, and I'm a little disappointed it didn't go for more. I think I started at $100 at one point. It sold for $20, and there was no interest in it. Even I don't know that guys knew to look for it, or if eBay's just the wrong forum. I may need to find to see if there's some RPG material Facebook groups out there, because I wonder if I couldn't have gotten a little more for it there. But this is a rare version, I think, of this book. I think you can find this like in paperback or something, a lot easier. But somebody got a good find. Somebody who's into this got a neat find here. So, and I've had it for a while, which is why I took $20 on it. I think I may have had this over a year or longer. So, anyway, but vintage Judge Dredd stuff's also worth. This isn't vintage, but older Judge Dredd stuff. I think the 2008, 22, whatever it is, that stuff's worth. That comic series is worth grabbing if you see it, or at least worth looking up and taking a second look at. Anyway, and finally, this is from the big fantasy haul the last couple weeks. Dave Eddings. I think this is the complete Belgariad series, 5 books. This was $30. I think this was $30. $30 for $5 to $6 a book. One reason this sold quickly and for this price, it's the full set in decent shape. Full sets sell fast, generally speaking. So happy, and these are all in really decent shape. Not there's your normal wear, but they weren't read a bunch. I think they're clean copies. So glad to see that flip real quick and get some of that money back out of that big find, and particularly that price. Finally, little story behind this. This sold 2 weeks ago, I guess, to an international seller, but I wonder if they didn't see the total, like after they didn't realize the total price after they bought it. They never paid for it. So I canceled. I was able to cancel the sale, get my money back, and jump back and get this listed. This sold in less than a week for more than I sold it to the international buyer. Indian. This is a Franklin Mint. This is die-cast motorcycle. This thing's pretty, and it's really neatly detailed. You almost have to like be holding it and looking at it to appreciate it. Nothing broken that I can see on it. So, Kickstarter things there. So, this thing's a neat piece, and I'm happy to. It went for $45, I guess, to somebody. And props to there's a guy posted on an earlier video about it, how he bought his, and this was like originally $150 piece, brand new in box, and I think it still goes almost for that much if you find it in the box. So, real neat piece. A collector's going to be happy with that. Going to bubble wrap that and box that up. And that's the sales today. Didn't find much yesterday. I got one bag of die-cast cars because I thought I saw something. It still may be something to do, but it's not as good as I originally thought. And it had a few Matchbox. It had a couple. It had like one Hot Wheels that wasn't worth writing home about, but it had some older 70s, 80s Matchbox, and this Dukes of Hazzard car, and I'll get into this in a second. Had this hovercraft. This is a dollar car. I'll bring this out to the flea market, and I knew that going in. This may be a $7 or $8 trailer, good condition, decent paint, rolls well. This is Matchbox from the 80s or whatever with a little trailer hitch. So this is a really neat little camper, that's a caravan trailer thing. So door opens and closes. The door opens and closes. So this thing's pretty cool. This is one of the things like the 80s nostalgia. Some guys are still kind of looking for that. So that's like I think that may be a $7 or $8. And at minimum I can probably get $1 or $2 for you at the flea market. So, and this, I thought this was in a bag, so I couldn't really check the condition better on it. This is, you see the paints, the flag and some of the paint and stuff were worn off of it. This is an Ertl, generally, and a lot of guys restore these. I may still put this up and just see what happens. But a lot of guys take these, repaint them, restore them, get new decals and that sort of stuff and put on there. The problem with this one is, and I couldn't tell in the bag, is the front is a little loose, like that rivet is loose or something. And the front axle it doesn't roll well, but it still may display nicely. So I may put it up, and I've sold things with a quarter, like this thing's almost gray. I've sold these before for $7 or $8. So I'm gonna put this up and see if I can get between $6 and $9 for it, and still may bring that. I think it's what I'm gonna do with that. But Dukes of Hazzard cars, particularly these old Dodge Challengers, by Ertl, they sell well. Almost any condition. If they roll, they got all four wheels. And sometimes if not, if you can get a handful or something like that, they'll lot up because guys will take them and restore them, and it's pretty cool. So that is today. That was the finds for yesterday. That's the sales for today. I got stuff to box up, and I've got my real job to do because I got business in it. I got business to try to get. So that's stuff to do, and I got to jump on it. So, is that everything? That's everything. So, y'all have a good day out there. Find some stuff this weekend, and y'all have a good one. Like, comment, subscribe. Please. Bye.